Greetings and welcome to Flesh Wound Horror Live. I'm Flesh Wound Dan, joined by producer Todd.
Good evening.
Pugs Dread.
Namaste. Howdy.
And Mike Kruger.
Welcome to prime time, bitch.
So how is everybody doing tonight? Todd Festive. I promise Santa Dan will be on a future show here shortly, but
no one's asking for it.
I'm festive. I'm in red and green.
Yes,
I'm tricked out, motherfucker.
I'm not going to quote Kelly Rowlands because he is definitely not that, but he's definitely a man in a Christmas story.
Good one, Todd.
This is how I just be showing up to the Christmas functions at this point.
There you go. But yeah, we got a stacked show tonight. I'm actually really excited tonight. There's a lot of
too many motherfucking movies. Too many.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
one not even out yet. One hits theaters this Friday.
It was definitely one of those weeks where things just kind of kept popping up. Lots in the theaters. Yeah, 3 theatricals tonight, I believe.
4.
4. Yeah, 4. One belated. One belated one. But,
no, you're not counting the one that's not in theaters yet, Dan.
I think that's what you meant by belated.
Yeah. No. That belated means
belated. You're a monster.
Belated.
Everything but one is theatrical tonight. There you go. So yeah, that's exciting. You know what else is exciting? Evil Dead Burn got announced.
Dan, you're screwing up all the numbers. I'm going to stop correcting you, but whatever. Because 2 not theatrical.
Shut the fuck up, Dad. Evil Dead
Dan,
Burn.
How long have we been on the air? 2 minutes and 22 seconds when you said that. What happened to you? I never use this. Never before 3 minutes. Never ever. I'm a saint. Eat a big fat D, Dan, and I'll tell you what you need in about 20 seconds.
Right. Well, I will just use old-timey insults from now on.
To piggyback on what Dan said, yes, the new Evil Dead movie got announced today, which I am very much excited. Or not today, but
new director.
The last couple of days. Yeah, it's the director. I believe it's the same director as that Infested movie, right?
Yeah. Yeah, this one is
same director as that movie Infested that took. It was basically Evil Dead Rise, but with fucking tarantulas and spiders in a high-rise apartment building. So
2 with spiders, got it.
Yeah, kind of. More or less, I'm pretty excited about this movie. I think Infested was one of my favorite creature features of the year. I thought that blew Sting out of the water when it comes to Spider. I like Sting, but Sting didn't deliver to where Infested delivered on like the body horror, the grossness. So I can't be happier that this guy got an Evil Dead fucking job out of it. I have high faith. I really like the last Evil Dead movie a lot. I know it's a very mixed bag for people, but Evil Dead Rise is probably my 3rd favorite Evil Dead movie, or maybe 4th. I'll put Fides over it, but I still hold it to a high regard, and I'm excited that we're gonna get more Evil Dead just kind of being shot out every couple of years. Bruce Campbell has said that there's going to be plenty of Evil Dead for the Evil Dead fans coming in the next few years. I know this isn't the only Evil Dead project that has been announced either. There is one more. I can't remember who is under the directing label of it, but I know there was one more that got announced like within the last 6 months.
You can also play it.
Yeah, and you can also play Evil Dead, even though that game is dead as fuck. Well, that one isn't. That's the new Ash versus Evil Dead. Like
it was born dead. There's no live anything.
Yeah, that's a new 16-bit game that I have still yet to buy. Eventually, it will be up on Flesh Wound Gaming. By the way, speaking of which, good segue. Just on Flesh Wound Gaming, I did a whole playthrough of the new The Thing remastered PS2 game that came out on PS5 this past week, and I'm also in the process of doing a Alien Isolation playthrough. So if you haven't subscribed to Flesh Wound Gaming, I basically just pop on there whenever I play video games. So,
are we doing it right now? Is the time to decide this Friday?
Oh, it's this Friday, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna up the thing tomorrow. So go ahead and tell them.
Yeah. So this Friday, I'm hoping as long as we get enough people that are down for it. So please add my PSN so we can get a group of people to do this. But this Friday is one of the last Fridays you're going to be able to play Friday the 13th, the video game online.
And it is the last Friday the 13th day that you'll ever be able to play it.
Yes, absolutely. So this Friday the 13th, we will be playing Friday the 13th, the video game. There's you can play it on PS5 if you have a PS5 because it's a PS4 game, but it is a PS4 game. So if you have PS4, you can play with us as well. Please, if you guys want to play this game with us this Friday coming up, add my PSN. It's MK _, so 2 underscores X666. So I think it's MK.
Post it in the chat and I'll bring it.
Yeah, I'll post it in the fucking chat, and then you guys add me. And this Friday we're gonna be playing that shit probably around, we'll say 7-8 o'clock at night.
That's what I would. Yeah.
Well, let's just say 8. So 8 o'clock,
even better.
8 o'clock Pacific time. But it's gonna be a blast. Me and Todd will be playing it for the first time together. I'm a seasoned veteran on Friday the 13th.
I am not.
It'll be a good time. So please, if you want to play with us, there will be a live stream this Friday the 13th for the final Friday the 13th stream, playthrough, whatever you want to call it, on Flesh Wound Gaming. So I'm going to put in my PSN in the chat. Just add me. I'll add you to a party, and then we'll get it all set up.
I'll make sure that the PS links in the description and stuff for the show too. So we'll I'll get that up tomorrow so you guys can get all the details and do all that stuff you need to do to prepare. So
yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah, Dan, did you have any news this week?
Just really actually one quick bit. American Psycho. We have a new Patrick Bateman. Austin Butler is going to be Patrick Bateman in the new modern American Psycho. I don't feel
well, a new remake or a modern American Psycho, because that's a different thing. A modern American Psycho implies
it's supposed to take place in current day.
Okay,
so you know who I wanted for Patrick Bateman is Schwarzenegger's kid.
He would have been fine too,
dude.
I mean,
fucking Daniel is channeling so much Patrick Bateman. It's not even funny.
Yeah, I think he would have been a good choice. I mean, Austin Butler's a bigger star right now, so
fuck him.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't have an issue with it. I'm kind of curious to see what they do with it. I could see it going a very wrong direction, but we'll see. I'm kind of excited. At least
I wonder if they hold it closer to the book material or not. Because if I was them, that's what I would do.
It's not in the 80s, and that's a big part of the book. So it'll be
but with some of the more graphic material that is in the book, if you're able to get that over in a modern standpoint, I think that will make the fans happy.
I don't like the modern setting. I don't. It doesn't interest me at all. It takes away what American Psycho is.
I get that.
If you're gonna do anything, like age it up a little, give it to me in the 90s. That interests me. Give it to me but giving it to me now doesn't. Then it just becomes any modern story. And
he's going to be an influencer.
Yeah, my interests are like gone now. Like Austin Butler, lost interest. The whole idea, lost interest. That's fine. I still got the good one.
Yeah, I mean, I'll still watch it, but I don't have any faith in this. Like, American Psycho is one of those movies where I feel like think I'm gonna get anything out of a remake, I guess. You know, like with certain horror properties, I feel like you can get something out of a remake. This is one where I'm just like, I mean, you're not gonna beat fucking Christian Bale playing that character. So,
well, not necessarily. I mean, you could beat that as good as he was.
But the problem lies so much of the character isn't about pulp culture of the time.
I get it. Yeah, no, I get it. It's gonna be.
It makes no sense. It's to me, it's just buying it for the title to make a movie about a killer. It's not going to be the same thing.
No, it won't. It won't be the same thing no matter what. But I'll go ahead.
Like all the Wall Street, like it doesn't. Like I don't understand what this movie's going to be now.
As long as they don't go full Crow.
What if it's an older Patrick Bateman and he refuses to accept that the 80s are over?
Well, but you know,
he just does everything
because Austin Butler is not old, so it doesn't work.
That's true. He just kills like OnlyFans models and rages.
It sounds like this is a movie that you're just fucking writing in your head.
I know he's making a better movie.
Old man Christian Bale. Just
I don't necessarily mean it's going to be a bad movie. I just don't think it's gonna. I don't know. Yeah. It's a hard one to tackle.
I don't think it's going to do much for the horror fans.
I thought the same about Maniac though too. So, but I wasn't against the casting though. On that.
Yeah, but Maniac's different. It had a better. I feel like Elijah Wood is like one of the perfect castings for that because of how weird he is.
Yeah, there was a lot of negativity though leading up to that movie.
Yeah, I wouldn't know because I didn't discover it until after.
Yeah, no, that people
I waved that fucking Kevin flag from Sin City the entire time. You're all dumb for doubting him. Over.
I remembered
Wilford was because I wasn't a Sin City guy. Wilford was like, okay, I think he can do this because he played the crazy in that too. But
Wilford, yeah.
Ironically, since he was also in Sin City, I was thinking like Nick Stahl would be good. I remember back then when they announced it, I was like, okay, I could see Stahl. Stahl's always been able to channel that darkness. But again, Spinell's Spinell, Christian Bale's Christian Bale. It's going to be the actor's take on the material, and who knows?
Yeah, just a modern setting. I agree with Todd. There's certain things that, like, what is he gonna do? Fucking be like, hey, this is the new One Direction CD,
right? Yes. Yeah, like that. How do you do the? I mean, I guess
he makes it. This is the new guy falling off the fucking building. Hell yeah!
hey, you know how it gets 5 stars? Hey, this is the new Dave Blunt track.
I knew that was coming.
I can't put down the cup. That would be great.
I'm curious though. It'll be a fun review if nothing else. One other thing, not news, but the New Jersey drones. How fucking crazy is that? They're just everywhere now. People are freaking out. The drones in the sky all over New Jersey. Although it's pretty much confirmed now they aren't UFOs, but everybody's losing their minds about these drones that are just everywhere around New Jersey. And it seems like getting an answer, it's like, should we be afraid? No. Do you know what they are? No idea. So it's pretty funny because I've got.
So what you're saying is Jersey is going to be the first place to be abducted by aliens. I mean, that'll be interesting because, like, with the amount of Jersey people that they fucking do the autopsies on, they're not going to know a goddamn thing about the rest of the country because Jersey people are fucking on another level.
Yeah, it's interesting to me, just basically the way that they're handling.
All I know is Lloyd better be currently writing another Tromaville film right now with the droids of Jersey.
I was gonna say you might as well just go out and film them and tie it into some sort of McPherson tape.
That would be hilarious.
Maybe they can finally get Dr. Killimoff in the movie. Pugs,
there you go.
Get the cartoon. Get those in there. They're his evil drones coming to get him. Kruger figures out a way to get Dave Blunt in here. I get a way to figure out a way to get Toxie in here. So that's just how it is. There you go. Dan's gonna enter some random titties now.
There you go. There you go. Don't think it's a country orc. I don't know. My theory is I've talked to different people.
Oh God,
Some
this is what
people have-
I know. Everyone wants to fucking know what fucking
yeah,
nobody
they do.
fucking Dan thinks about the
Yeah.
goddamn New Jersey droids. Hold on. Everyone be quiet.
One
Let's-
theory
let's-
that I heard.
Hold on, Dan.
and
I
the-
didn't say go yet. Don't start talking. Let me get ready for you to do your fucking whatever. Go ahead.
Oh, we didn't. Fuck. Okay, cool. I get some
I
music.
got face.
So there is a theory out there, not mine, that it's testing for the Amazon drone delivery. But I don't quite understand why they wouldn't tell people that that's what it is. So that's one theory. There's the Iran theory, which I'm not going to go too deep into because that's, war shit. But
Okay, Dan, I'm already done with this. Let's just move on. No one cares.
yeah, they do.
Fuck New
Chad.
Jersey. Move on.
Yeah, it's
That's
your
where
New
I stand.
Jersey
Fuck
hate.
New Jersey.
If they're flying over Los Angeles, Todd
We
would
are
be
not
all
already
about
on a
it.
new streaming platform, Dan. I don't need that bullshit on this one.
Oh yeah, that's coming, Todd. That's
Alex
coming on.
Jones, Dan, calm down.
Dan's
Oh,
gonna
I'm going. I'll have
Yeah,
to go
it's gonna be-
full. The frogs are making us gay. God damn it!
Hey,
All right.
hey,
Dan-
that's insensitive.
I gotta cut that now, Dan. The one thing I said, Dan, be fucking good. People might be, because you fucking. Well,
I didn't say it was a bad thing. I just said the frogs are making us gay.
I'm just gonna cut out all this.
Oh, hey!
All right, let's
Stop
move
it.
on to our movies. Up next, we've got our first theatrical as of tomorrow, I believe.
Yes, the release date is Friday the 13th.
Ooh, oh fuck! I didn't even know we had a Friday the 13th coming up.
Oh my God, Dan, we literally just promote. We're doing
You stupid.
Didn't know it was
Okay,
the 13th.
Okay, break. Okay, here we go. We're
Did
gonna
not
do it
know it
again.
was the 13th.
Dan, take two.
Take two. Coming to theaters Friday the 13th, we have The Man in the White Van from director Warren Skeels. And in this film, we have in a quaint family town in Florida, 1974, an ominous white van stalks a young girl, and her parents' disbelief leads to a terrifying Halloween nightmare. All right, so yeah, this is actually a film, and I think this is kind of a cool concept from Legion M, which is a fan-funded company, and I didn't realize I had heard about them before.
They've done a couple of the Kevin Smith ones.
Yeah, I think they have like 4 or 5 different ones out, maybe more than that now. But yeah, kind of a cool concept. I guess you can buy in. I'm not sure exactly, what you get or how all that works, but this is a film that Halloween 1970s, you can imagine, kind of what it takes you back to. It's very suspense driven. It's not a gore film. It's not, heavy body count film or anything like that. It's just, it really did kind of make me think of OG Halloween in a lot of ways. We get a lot of stalking by this white van. We have a really strong lead in Madison Wolfe as Annie. I thought she was actually really great, really sympathetic.
She's badass.
Yeah, she's really, really good in this. And I just liked it. It was more of a suspense-driven tale, which we don't get a lot of. The movie's PG-13, which might be a deterrent for some people, but I didn't need it to be R-rated. I thought this was just perfect for what it is, and an interesting explanation of the origins of the white van trope. It pulls from a few different cases. The Mansfield case from back in the day. I know also inspired by the toy box killer and Dean Corll. Some of those things that were going on back then, but yeah, it pulls from
Toy Box
multiple
Killer and
different-
Dean Corll are not the same guy.
Yeah, I know they're two different
Okay.
ones, but they're pulling from like 3 different
Gotcha.
true crime cases that kind of inspired this. And I really kind of like this one. I wasn't too sure going in. I didn't know a whole lot about it. I I have one minor gripe. I do feel like when we jump back in time a few times, just to more than a few times, to see this van just abduct random women, I felt like they didn't need to keep going there. It's like, I get it. Let's just stay with the family we're focusing on
there
rather
for a
than
reason.
these.
Yeah,
It does cap it off.
I get it.
By the end.
Kind of, but like I felt like there was a few
kind
times
of without spoiling it. I can't really say.
I get what you're saying, but I think we went back to it too many times. Like I get it. He's abducting women. Like I get it.
I also think it shows the volume of the numbers too. Because if they just did it a couple times, you only have that. Okay, it's a thing, but like they're showing you like this is like it's going and going and going. So it's like builds into, everything too. I think.
Yeah, I don't know. It was one issue for me because obviously it's just like grabs them, throws them in the van. I think he could have cut a little bit of that down a little bit. That's just me because I was really engaged with the main story.
You would be the expert, Dan.
He's like our white van expert, white van Dan. I think we just got to do it there.
You just called me White Man Dan. Todd.
No, White Van Dan.
You started to botch and then you fixed it, but that's okay.
I think he's just supposed to be called like Jean-Claude Van Damme or whatever. Matt Arnett killed me with that line, the man in the white van on the black phone. That's fucking hilarious.
There we go. White Van Dan.
The parents, we do get a couple names in here. Allie Larder,
yeah,
mom. Yeah.
No. Oh no, I'm sorry, wrong movie. Alicia Silverstone.
She would have ruined.
That'll be later. But yeah, Allie Larder. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, Final Destination 2.
Fuck you.
Actually, you know what? I'm just being an asshole now because Alicia Silverstone has been in a couple good things this year, so I'll lay up on that. But Allie Larder, I enjoyed seeing as well, and Sean Astin as the dad. So everybody's really good. What really sells this though is Madison Wolfe in the lead role. I felt bad for her.
Daninator. Daninator. That's what it needs to be. White Van Daninator. Fuck yeah, we did it.
I thought she really made the movie. I thought the sister was a fucking bitch. Even towards the end, it's like
I know, you know what? That's a spoiler. Let's not do that. I agree with you, Dan.
Yeah. But when we get towards the finale, I mean, it was a nail biter. I thought they did a really good job. Every once in a while, it's like I really do appreciate an old school, just suspense tale. And I hope people will go out to see it because I think you'll have a really good time. What did you guys think?
Well, go for it, Pug. Okay, cool. I thought it was intense throughout, and what really helped that was the fact that I actually cared about Madison. Yeah, I wanted her to be okay. She was cool, little rocker girl. Obviously, I'm gonna fucking sympathize with her or whatever. She needed to be protected, and it's the story of crying wolf or exaggeration. So that part, I'm like, I understand why you're having a hard time believing her, but you should always believe her. Just check it out. She's fucking awesome. She has a lot of fight in her, and she's just cool. She just does her own thing. I don't know. I really liked her. I could have hung out with her just watching like a regular teen drama, and I would have been fine. Because like I don't know, there's something about her. Not to get creepy and put her in my own van. Let's pump those brakes. And then the dude in the van, or whatever that is. Creepy as hell, always in the shadows, creeping. It just, I don't know. All the slow movements were fucking fantastic. I also did not like the sister. Part of me was like, I wish you would be one of the victims, but we'll see. You should watch the movie and find out if that does happen or not. The family dynamic was cool. No, that's a spoiler. What else? I really just enjoyed it. I'm gonna champion this movie. People need to go out there. That PG-13 rating. So it's basically bloodless, big fucking deal. I'm interested in the story that went on. I fucking love this chick. She's awesome. Her friends are cool. Although one of them's not ride or die as they should be, but we can cross that bridge when we get there. Yeah. yeah, this is just fucking awesome. I can't wait to watch it again. And thanks for letting us screen it. Yeah, you're gonna get another ticket from me this weekend.
Yeah,
so, fuck yeah.
I definitely want to see it with an audience to see how the suspense and everything plays out. So
yeah, I think it'll play pretty well on the big screen. I agree.
Yeah, because just go ahead.
Promotion, Todd. They should have like white vans at each screening, just with some like creepy dude.
With the tinted black window like they do.
White bandana is available.
White bandana.
I am ready. I am ready to join the Legion M family. I will.
He'll just slide the door open, throw the steel chair out, and you'll just see him flying across.
You just sit there and you just...
Wall. I just love her. Deborah Ann Wall is the shit. So
yeah.
Well, sweet. Yeah. So hopefully people get to check this out. There's a lot of stuff kind of in limited release. We've got a lot in theaters right now, and I would love to see you guys go out and support it. But what do you guys rate this one?
I would really like this to blow up. Go ahead, Todd.
I was just say, yeah, this one hits theaters tomorrow. Screening starts. Yeah.
Is it day and date? Is it VOD also, or it's just theaters?
No. Yeah.
Okay.
It's theaters only. I don't think anyone's doing day and date anymore. At the very least, you got a month, but some longer.
Yeah, the window is super close now.
So yeah, I don't think. I don't even think most people have gotten trained out of it where they don't even ask. Like most people for a while, everyone just assumed everything was, but yeah, this one's pretty wide. It's at like all of my theaters. Like the only ones it's not is some of the smaller ones, but like all my big ones have it. So it's not as. I don't think it has more screens than Craven. I mean, even though they dropped 1,000 screens, but
ooh, did that already open? I didn't even know that.
That's this weekend.
Overseas, I believe, right? It's not.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, well, that's a December movie here.
I think we will be talking about that one. Who knows? Right? So, but yeah. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna say go see this one over Craven this weekend.
There you go. No, I second that. Although we do have Fat Gladiator.
But Dan, you hate comic book movies. That doesn't mean anything from you.
Isn't it sad though when you have a comic book movie out that it feels like they've already kind of given up on?
Well, they basically. Like, yeah. Well, anyway, let's rate this one. Yeah, I know. All right.
What do you guys rate it?
I'm gonna give this a. I entertain it. I'll give it a 4.5 out of 5. It's excellent.
Awesome. Sorry.
No, I am also 4.5 out of 5. I definitely, like I said, I'm definitely gonna see this one again on the big screen.
Sweet. I am a 4 out of 5. Check it out. It's a really good time. All right. So
great. So I fucked up.
What?
I said I fucked up not watching it.
Oh yeah.
Huh?
You did.
Yes.
You did.
No, that he missed the movie. That's what he's saying. He heard our ratings.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
All right. So our next film. Up next, our next film, Adult Swim Yule Log 2, Branching Out. And in this film, which is a sequel to the original, which we weren't too sure what we were going to get. Also, again, from returning director-writer Casper Kelly, Zoe from the first film flees to another country after surviving previous horrors. But the murder log has travel plans of its own.
I would like to start first because I'm one of those guys that really didn't care for Yule Log.
Were you okay? I'm really curious on this one because this is definitely different than the
first. I thought it was fine, but I wasn't clamoring like everybody else was for it. I think I may have gave it a 2.5 or a 2 out of 5. This was different, man. I think the fact that they parody on the Hallmark movies is what worked for me so well because it had me entertained and had me laughing through the whole thing.
I thought that was gonna
No,
I
but
thought the exact
because
opposite.
okay, well the reason is because my mother is obsessed with fucking these stupid piece of shit Hallmark movies that I fucking cannot stay. Like I can't watch them. I have to leave. I have to leave the room because these movies make me want to murder. Legit.
So okay, so I get why this is working for you. I know Dan is mom is a fan of those, so he's forced to watch them too.
Dude,
so you're gonna like it for it's kind of fuck them basically.
Yeah, it's basically fuck them and basically parody on those stupid fucking movies while also adding horror elements to it, adding some really badass gore elements to it. We basically have the Thing scene involving a fucking goddamn log branch, whatever you want to call it. That added so much to the movie for me. And just overall, I was entertained by this a lot. I probably need to go watch Yule Log too. I was going through a lot of shit when I did watch that movie, and I was kind of just pissed off because everybody was like, "Oh, it's so great, it's so great," and then like it kind of it just made me mad because
I pissed you off. It happens.
Yeah, but this one makes me want to revisit the original, and this one makes me want more, basically, because I think like with parodying the Hallmark movies while also adding the horror elements and also adding like the goofy horror elements, like this is essentially her Halloween 2018, you know what I mean, kind of playing out for her, which I thought was kind of was good and entertaining. I really had a good time with this movie. I need to watch the first Yule Log to like be like definitive on my opinion on it, but Yule Log 2 it exceeded my expectations. I think if you like the first one and you like the goofiness of Adult Swim, that's the other thing with me, like having it have that Adult Swim feel, and this felt way more Adult Swim than the first Yule Log did for me. So I liked it a lot. I think it's a great fucking time, and if you enjoyed Yule Log 1, you'll enjoy Yule Log 2 for sure.
There you go. Are you a Candace Cameron fan, Kruger? The chat would like to know.
Who the fuck is that?
Yeah, well, you remember Full House.
He is not.
Yeah, he does not. Yeah.
No. Okay.
I might remember from South Park.
I used to watch. No, I used to watch Full House.
Okay, that's the middle daughter. No, the older daughter, right?
Oldest one. Yeah.
Yeah, oldest.
What was her name?
Candace Cameron.
No, motherfucker in the fucking Full House.
DJ, right?
Is it DJ?
Oh, DJ. Yeah,
DJ.
Dude. I used to jerk it to her.
Did you know Fred Savage got canceled over Topanga? Just throwing it.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's worse than fucking.
When I was looking at why, it was like, yeah, it went back to Topanga. I was like, interesting. Guess his brother didn't get any. Maybe they were bad.
No, I actually believe it or not, I was a Full House fanatic. That was like the one show that me and my grandmother and my sisters used to watch religiously. So I want all of the. Wait. So who was she in this?
I didn't even know why it came up.
I said it. The chat is asking.
She's big. She's big in Hallmark movies. That's why.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why.
She's one of them.
Well, I don't watch fucking the Hallmark movies.
Kruger yells at the TV when he sees them on and storms out of the house.
Yes, but you know what? The patrons, I think, are asking for a 31 Days of Christmas, one Kruger review of a Hallmark.
Well, you all better fucking either pucker up or pay up. Let's just put it that way.
Kruger's gonna make a special tier.
31 days. I think that's
Go to the Kruger glory hole and fucking prove that you were there, and maybe I'll fucking review
12.
At least 12.
Christmas. That does make sense.
I would legit probably die.
You want Slashmas to come back? We'll just bring it back, and it'll be the new.
Listen here, you cocksucker. I have plenty of movies for Slashmas if it wants to come back.
You might fall in love with them, like
coming up.
You might fall in love with the movies. Like you start off really like sour, and then it's just like,
Dan.
Come on, Lacey, can't you see?
I'll fall in love with the movies.
What if we just do the ones with like Bruce Campbell?
How much?
No.
You don't know what
Hot
Bruce
cocoa.
Campbell?
How much drugs are involved? Maybe we can get there. Hot cocoa. No.
Well, back to Yule Log. I don't know if I agree with Kruger's statement, so I don't know if. I don't think if you like the first one, you're guaranteed to like the second one.
But I think if you like the first one, you're going to appreciate what the second one does.
That's fine.
I don't know. That's for me. If you enjoyed the first one as a horror movie, I feel like, and with a horror movie parody is essentially what it is. I think you're going to have a great fucking time with this because it's parodying on just Christmas movies, but also just sprinkling in the horror elements. And when the horror elements are there, they're fucking better than anything we got in Yule Log, in my opinion.
See, I like the concept of the first one better, but Pugs, what do you think? Or do you want to? I don't know. Are you ready?
Didn't watch it.
Okay, this is the one you missed. There we go. That's right. I pulled it in. All right.
All right, so I mentioned sequel to the original. I was kind of curious and would have been fine if this is just a gimmick where who the fuck knows what you're going to get each year. Yeah, I was kind of preparing for that. But I enjoyed the original film. I was curious to see what they would do. The whole gimmick of the lead character Zoe basically living a Hallmark movie, I did think that was funny. I am somebody, believe it or not, I do watch these with my mom. The last one that I saw like 3 days ago, it was called The Finish Line, as in Finland.
Did you watch 90s Christmas yet?
No. But I did watch.
I'm eyeing it.
I did watch Finish Line, which is a weird it's like a combo of an adventure film and a Hallmark film. It's like this girl's parents died, and he was like a famous like dog sled racer. So she goes to Finland to try and beat his main rival. But then beyond that, it's just the same Hallmark movie tropes. So yeah. So this one, I thought it was really funny. All of the tropes that you see in Hallmark movies are present. Does the joke get stretched a little bit too far? I'm going to be honest and say yes. It's like, I get it. And I was doing a little bit of clock watching. Once you do get into that last 20 minutes or so, there is a lot of cool gore and everything to appreciate. So it came around and it worked for me. But yeah, I feel like if you're not familiar with the Hallmark stuff, a lot of the humor is going to go straight over your head. And I think you'll be doing a lot of clock watching because a significant chunk of this movie is spent in that sort of Hallmark world. I love the line that did make me laugh out loud. We used to have a mistletoe festival. I guess people thought it was rapey. That was a really funny line. That was a good line.
Yeah, what's the timestamp? What's the timestamp, Todd?
It's 2020.
I had the Y at the end of it. It's fine.
Because you say it's fine.
No.
Grandma is turning into Greek was also really good. But yeah, no, I liked it. I can kind of see this one being an issue. You just don't really watch Hallmark movies and have no idea.
What Dan said was that you may have issues if you don't know Hallmark movies. You kind of were breaking up really bad there at the end, Dan. So I'm just kind of reiterating. Well, I kind of disagree with that statement too. So I'm disagreeing with both of you. So because I liked the first one, didn't like the second one. I know Hallmark movies didn't make me like this one because I liked that a letter to Satan one from last year or the year before.
Letter to Satan?
Yeah, it's not unrelated, but it's a letter to Satan instead of Santa. You know the gimmick. Basically, Jack Black stole the idea and made that new Santa movie. So, yeah, like I don't know if Dan's like frozen for good because he hasn't moved in like 10 minutes.
No, he's frozen for good. Just keep going. You'll finally get a chance to talk.
I know, it's nice. And as I forget what I was gonna say. No, like yeah. I know the Hallmark movies. It just I think you hit it. It's the Adult Swim thing. Like I like Mike Tyson's Mysteries. I love that one. I watch Rick and Morty, but overall, like Aqua Teen Hunger Force
is Rick and Morty Adult Swim, really?
Yeah. It's always been.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But yeah.
See, my Adult Swim era.
The origins of how Rick and Morty started is just like them making fun of Back to the Future, Doc being a pedophile. That's how it started.
Really?
It's been great.
Because like Adult Swim for me, that was a big deal for me growing up. Like fucking Adult Swim was my outlet for life. Fucking, I got Family Guy, I got Squidbillies, I got Robot Chicken, and then eventually
I watched too.
Yeah, and Metalocalypse. So I love that type of humor. It's that humor that like made me feel like I was watching
Moral
something.
Oral.
What?
Moral Oral. It's like that take on those Bible claymation things. Oh, that shit's hilarious. I also got to watch Pickles, the Satanic Dog.
I do, but I've always loved Adult Swim humor. Just as a kid, it was the thing you weren't supposed to be watching, and that's what like made it endearing for me. So Aqua Teen and fucking Space Lab. Space Lab is so underrated because Space Lab is them taking like this fucking shitty cartoon that was from the 70s and just making it overtly perverted. It is amazing.
I don't know how much you guys have caught me saying I'm a what bitch. That is actually from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. You just a box. I'm a what bitch. So
all right, there we go. But yeah, so this one I would have rather them did the thing. The thing I liked about the first one was the gimmick. I liked it that we were like, this is where we were stuck at the Yule log, and then the world opened up a little.
Yeah, you're not happy that it's going into the Halloween slasher franchise.
It's style. Like Record 3. I get why some people didn't like the change. So it's yeah, and it's fine. Like I don't hate it, but it's too long and the joke gets too repetitive. Like I get it, but it's not as funny as it was. So it just didn't work for me. So
yeah, it's funny too because the first film really isn't a Christmas movie. Sorry if I missed any comments while I was out.
Well, the first one's not even called Yule Log. That's now it's
Fireplace.
Weird.
Yeah, originally.
But now they're I don't know. Yeah, no, Pugs, you made the right call, in my opinion.
I don't think so. I think Pugs is gonna like it.
Did you like the first one? I don't remember.
I might throw it on his back. I don't remember the first one. I don't even know if I saw it.
Well, if you haven't, throw it on, see if it's familiar. And yeah, because I think if you haven't seen the first one, you have.
I'm kind of mad that
the first one's on Max, I believe. So
yeah,
right now.
They both are. I'm kind of mad that I didn't actually watch the first before this because of the way it plays into the.
I'm really glad I did because I didn't I was like I need to refresh before I go in.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I almost forgot it was about a fucking killer fire log. Like legit because of all the other shit going on in the first Yule log. Like
we also had another Yule log movie the same year. The one thing I did want to say before I forget it was, I will say my entrance, like I stopped being so bored when not a Twin Peaks reference, but when Log Lady shows up, that's when it got at least I was like, okay, something's going on. It kind of felt, and this is like, I don't know, this will be for you millennials. It kind of felt like not just, which makes sense with the whole Hallmark thing, but like a Halloween Town movie. That's like with the city and everything, but it's basically the same fucking thing as every.
But yeah, it's
Hallmark
the same
movie.
shit
Yeah,
as
so-
Hallmark. Yeah.
But that's the one I kept thinking of. So, but overall, yeah, it just.
I'm surprised, Todd. I really am.
I know.
I thought you were gonna dig this.
I
one.
was looking forward to this one. I don't know. It just didn't.
Were
It
you
didn't work.
enhanced enough, Todd?
I was good and enhanced because I was having a great time on the first
Oh
one.
wow.
And then like the second one started off, we were at the fireplace. I'm like, all right. And then I was like, oh.
Yeah, you were mad when they took the left turn. Yeah, I get it.
I wasn't mad. I was just like, oh, we're doing straight movie. So yeah. There we go.
All right.
So what do we rate it? Kruger, I feel like you're going to be the highest, so I'm going to let you go first.
I'm not. I'm a 3 out of 5.
All right. Dan?
I am a 2.5. There's highs and lows for me, but there was a somewhat significant amount of clock watching after joke beats itself to death.
I could go 2.5, but it is I got to put it just under average, so 2. Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, Barney. Yeah, I didn't like the left turn into a Hallmark movie. Yeah.
Barney likes beer. Yeah, I didn't like the left turn into Hallmark movie. Jinx. Over.
All right. So that is
Jesus, really movie 2?
Only a movie too. Only movie too. They're meaty tonight. They're meaty movies tonight. All right. Up next, we have from director Stephen C. Miller, Werewolves. In this film, 2 scientists try and stop a mutation that turns people into werewolves after being touched by a supermoon the year before. All right, so been waiting for this one for a while. It had a lot of good buzz based on some of the footage released of the awesome practical werewolves. So I was very excited to check this one out because I thought the Purge concept with an army of werewolves was just really cool. And I like Frank Grillo a lot. He should be a bigger action star if we still had traditional Hollywood action stars.
He's too much of a man to be a modern action star, unfortunately.
Yeah, at least on big Hollywood movies. So much like the original Purge, it's a smaller setting. We don't get to see the entire world infested with werewolves, but it opens it up a little bit more because we're in a neighborhood. And we go a little bit beyond that into the town, so it's not quite like just one location like the original Purge was. The movie is very much, and I do not mean this in a bad way at all, it's a B movie. Lots of cheesy one-liners. Bite me, I think, is dropped a couple times, which I didn't mind at all because I grew up on that sort of stuff. So the cheesy dialogue was fine for me. As I said, the werewolves.
I don't know if I'd call it cheesy dialogue. I'd call it movie appropriate dialogue. It fit the film. Didn't feel out of place.
Yeah, no, it was just
belittling.
No, you know what's cheesy dialogue? You know what's cheesy dialogue? The fucking goddamn special android fucking saying, "Get away from her, you bitch," in fucking Alien Romulus. That's cheesy dialogue. But continue. I didn't watch this movie.
Yeah, no, it fit it. It felt like just a fun old school B movie. The werewolves are spectacular. There is some CG in the transformations and everything, but none of it looked bad. I thought everything looked great. And again, on a budget. Stephen C. Miller is kind of known for doing budget to mid-budget movies. Sometimes he's hit or miss. Silent Night I liked quite a bit, but he
did Silent Night.
Yeah, but he also did Escape Plan 2, the worst Stallone movie ever. So you never know what you're gonna get with him. But this is one of the good ones. I really did.
Finished movie. That's what you get with him.
Yeah. I really did have a blast with this one. Lou Diamond Phillips pops up. It feels like there's potential for sequels with this story. Yeah. I can definitely see them doing more in this world. And goddamn, I don't want to make people think that this is mind blowing, but man, practical effects like this just make a world of difference. You rarely get to see it, and
Can
the
you
man in
imagine
the
right
suit
now,
still works.
like a 10-year-old? This is the first horror movie or first like werewolf movie they see. They're fucking gonna lose their shit. That was cool. That cool.
Imagine living in a world where every weekend you got to see something like this. That was my youth.
Yeah.
We don't have that now. It's like it's not the same. This is movie magic. This is what I love. Effects, like I know we shit on CG and stuff, but this is like, and yes, there's some in here, but this is the kind of movies like I watch as a kid. This is what I want. I want like stuff that's there on the screen, not a fucking 90% cartoon.
No, I agree. This more of this, please. And Alec Gillis did the creature effects, of course, of Pumpkinhead, Predator fame. He did the creature designs. And yeah, I mean, this is a great companion piece.
Stan Winston alumni, eh?
Yeah, great companion piece to Dog Soldiers.
Now I'm kicking my fucking self in the ass more not watching this in the theater. I really wanted to get to it, but it just could not time out for me, man.
Yeah, it's the type of movie supported in a theater, and we'll get more of it because I was very, very impressed with this one. I'd be curious to see what people think. Again, maybe the tone, maybe it's a little, too cheesy for some people.
I think this is more aimed at like us.
Yeah,
because this, like, all that you're saying is definitely like, here comes the airplane. Open your mouth. I enjoy it.
Yeah, no, I had about. What did you think then, Pugs? Obviously, you liked it, but what did you think?
I liked it quite a bit. Is it perfect? No. But am I gonna rewatch this multiple fucking times? You bet your fucking ass. It is so fucking fun, and like it's a world that has fucking. I don't want to ruin anything, but I think it's in the trailer. So like, it's an infection. that's so weird. And Frank is also like a scientist and military guy. Kicks ass. Throw all the shit at the fucking walls.
Yeah, this is some Tara Reid level. Yeah, scientist Frank Grillo checking in. I was like, hell yeah. I'm like, sold.
And then my homegirl Katrina Law's in there from fucking Spartacus. She needed a bigger role, but she's always a fucking awesome. I did not like the relationship with the female, of being like the sister. I'm used to like, hey, that's my wife or someone. So that was a little off-putting. And like, why is that the choice? And it never really paid off for me that way. But it does not take away my enjoyment of this film. The werewolves are fucking awesome.
Audience. I wonder if that's for overseas audiences. Just like they never had Jackie Chan in a relationship on purpose because they wanted everyone to think he was available.
He's available.
Rude how Jackie in. But I know that popped. But yeah, but being his sister instead, that was different.
Yeah, but the werewolves look fucking cool. The transformations are cool. This is a cool world. Again, not perfect. There's room for improvement. But I also didn't care for the first Purge movie because, like, we can get bigger. Anyway, the excitement,
is better than the first
possibilities.
Purge movie.
It is way fucking better than the Purge movies. Better than all the fucking Purge movies combined. Yeah, I fucking loved it. It was fucking cool. Over.
Yeah.
Oh, before I go too far, the fact that the werewolves had personalities left from, or traits left from, like, their people, that's cool as shit too. Like gremlins and all shit. Right. Fuck yeah.
I really wish
werewolf.
I really wish Kruger would have saw it just for this one reason. All the whole time, Dan's the fucking next door neighbor. He thinks he's gonna be all hot shit in the fucking werewolf apocalypse. That's all I'm gonna say. 100% Dan.
Well,
I want to see Dan with the flag makeup on his face and the little jacket. Fucking yeah! Dan. When you watch it, the neighbor's Dan. That's all you got to know, Pug or Kruger.
There you go. I'll take that.
Yeah.
You can't do a whole
I know when
lot
you've been beating up Clint Eastwood.
with
Well,
fucking
after our last
werewolves.
week conversation, Dan, you would think that you were fucking the goddamn Terminator. So.
I stand by
He's
what
taking
I
out all
said in a weird
werewolves by
scenario.
himself.
And I stand by what I
Damnated.
said. You'll die a lot quicker than I will.
Disagree on this one, Kruger. You win in most scenarios, not in the woods.
But see, no, you can
Not
see
in
this.
the woods.
Well, we're not going to go back into that one.
Yeah, well,
I
that'll be
already
good.
fucking brought up why you will die quicker than me, Dan.
So
We'll
let's
see.
just go ahead. Do you have anything else to say? before we
Slasher
rate
Home
it,
Video
Dan?
says Dan has for sure read this zombie survival guide from front to back several times.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
All
I'm
right.
good. I'm
Yeah,
good.
I love this. I love this one too. So, yeah, complaints, but nothing that matters. It was too much fun for me to, care about great time. Want more of this.
No,
Lots more.
lots more. All
Over
right.
the top villain Wolf was fucking cool too. Yeah, it was great. You know what? Shit, I should probably rate it higher than I am going to, but whatever. Go ahead, Dan.
All right. So I give this one 4.5. It's almost
Wow.
a 5 in my heart. I just don't want to say it's a perfect movie because there's little things, but if we were getting half this quality in some of our, just monster movies these days, we would be in a great place. And you can do it. I don't think this movie cost a ton of money, and it's just fantastic. 4.5.
Pugs.
All right. Well, not to overhype it for Kruger, I am a 4, but I am dancing between a 4.5. More than likely, eventually, it will go higher because this world.
I feel like I
fucking ass. We need
fucked
to see
up
the
so
Kruger.
bad.
I'm surprised this was the one of the 3 you picked. I'll be honest, or this isn't the one of the 3 you picked. Like
Y2, it wasn't by choice. I wanted to see this first.
And you had actually planned out both of them, but then you had
I had other shit pop up and I couldn't watch both, and then I could only see one in the morning yesterday, and Y2K was the only one that would have timed out with the shit I had going on. So
no, I get it, but so.
But no, it's shitty because again, this was the one out of all of them that I wanted to see the most.
Well, then I'll throw dirt on that, and I'm a 4.5. So yeah, it's a high rating from everyone.
Well, maybe I could sneak out fucking later tonight. Who knows?
There you go.
All right. So
what is another theatrical one? Just me and Dan, or me, Dan, and Plugs?
Yeah, I did.
Getaway, believe
I
it.
did
Me
not
and Dan.
Yeah.
No.
All right. So up next from director Stefan Hars, we have Getaway. And in this film, a family's vacation to a remote getaway takes an unexpected turn when they discover the island they're on is inhabited by a serial killer.
You want to before you go, you want to tell Pugs why he screwed up? What did the director also direct?
I'm getting there. Pugs, you did fuck up really bad because Stefan Hars also directed.
Wasn't near me.
Nick. What?
It wasn't near me, or else I would have.
Oh, okay. Well, Stefan Hars also directed Nick Frost, who stars and writes this movie as well. He directed him in Crazy House. Just
I know.
this
I
year
saw.
as well. I didn't realize that until I was on the way, and I was like, "Oh, well, I'll be damned." It didn't same director, same star.
No, when I saw the name, I was like, "Fuck, whatever."
Yeah. Apparently, I think this one's supposed to be on Shudder at some point.
Yeah, it's a Shudder. It's a Shudder original.
I don't have the exact date or anything.
I don't think there's one set yet. It just came out like 6 days ago. So
yeah. So I fucking love this one. He's another, for whatever reason, this guy's sense of humor just hits like a motherfucker for me. This movie is at times like I felt like American Werewolf in London, the slaughtered lamb scene when they walk in there. It's like the whole Wicker Man vibe, a comedy. Bear in mind, this is a comedy.
This is how I felt when I go into those other cities, like in Kentucky and stuff. That's how I felt when they walk in that place. That's how I feel everywhere I go. Just as white too. So I was feeling that awkwardness.
It was so fucking good. I mean, and when the horror kicks in, there's some really good gore in this. Actually, some great gore gags. A funny bit involving an arrow that really made me laugh. This movie, it's a slow build to Crazy Town because it really does get wild. And I love the family. Aisling Bea, who plays the mom in this, she was hilarious. The kids were hilarious. The creepy guy that's renting them his grandmother's house, I believe. That dude, I don't want to spoil a lot with this because it is actually kind of a twisty movie, but that dude was creepy in the best possible way.
He looks like he should have been driving the van in our first movie.
Yeah, that's like who's in the white van for sure. If the white van is like in some remote island. And dude, I'm dancing around stuff. I don't want to give away the gags because that factors into the twists. But if you're a big fan of Wicker Man and you just want to see that with Nick Frost humor injected, it's so fucking good, dude. So fucking good. It's also got like a really kind of perverted vibe about it. That like I said, there's scenes involving peeping Tom and women's underwear and stuff. It's just so funny. I loved it. I fucking loved it. Stefan Harz, now I will go out of my way to watch anything that he does, whether it's genre or not. Todd, I know I walked out and I was like, no surprises with Todd's feelings on this movie. Yeah,
100%. Yeah, I mean, you nailed it. Like everything about it, like it's one of those you don't want to give too much away. Like it feels familiar. Like Dan brought up Wicker Man, so you kind of have that isolated stuff. I mean, and honestly, either Wicker Man too. If you haven't seen the Christopher Lee one, if you've only seen the Nick Cage one, it's still the same setup. So it feels familiar, but it's also just, you know, I like the setup for the reason, like the whole island the way it is. I'm curious, like if we were British, if there's more to it, like if there's any truth to any of the lore. Like I don't mean like but you know what I mean, like.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, Britain certainly has some atrocities.
Yeah, I'm like curious if any of it's like, but yeah. Overall, I'll be honest. Everything that, you know, well, of the two we've talked about so far, like you can't go wrong with Werewolves or Getaway. Both of them, I think, theatrically goes like, yeah. I mean, then you have Man of the White Van coming out tomorrow. But yeah, I really did enjoy this one.
Yeah, the fish out of water humor always tends to work, and I've been a few like places overseas where I've kind of had that feeling too. Like you walk in and it's like, who's this big bearded dude in a fucking like with a severed head on his t-shirt? Like I've had those moments. So I really love awkward humor, and everybody loves shorts, Todd. They wear kilts in Scotland for a reason, Todd.
And yet they still make fun of your shorts.
No, they do not. They do not. I'm telling you, Todd. Shorts should be the way. They're so much more comfortable.
I know we're dancing around it because there's not a lot we can really say without giving much away. So yeah, I don't know what else I really have to say about it. I mean, it's, you know.
If you're a gore hound, it kind of works too.
Okay, good. Thank you. Okay.
compared to Crazy House and Black Cab, is this the best of the three? Well, Black Cab, other than Nick Frost, I didn't care for as much. So between this and Crazy House, it's kind of tough. I'd say they're almost on par. And it just maybe depends what concept you prefer. There are similarities, though.
Yeah.
I mean, you can kind of tell that this is the same director.
All right, J.G. Michael says he thinks Crazy House is better.
Well, let's. Yeah. I was going to in between. Question. Read it aloud, Dan, so we can hear.
Without giving it away, were any of you able to figure out the twist? I had it partially figured out.
That's probably about where I went. Like I kind of had thoughts and things that lined up when we got to it, but I don't know if I'd say I had it.
There's one scene that does. It's actually kind of unnecessary the way they did it, and there's one scene that kind of gives it away beforehand. But yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and then I think Crazy House. See, see again. It's like without saying too much. I think there's arguments for both Crazy House and Getaway.
Is Getaway a Shudder movie, by the way?
Yes,
it will be.
So we will be getting it.
Yeah,
sweet.
It's just how I like
it. By the way, just actually do your review, and then I got to tell JG Michael something.
Okay. I think that this movie, it's definitely not a grounded movie, but it's, I guess, more grounded than Crazy House is. Yeah. So I could see some people liking this more, vice versa. It's just going to depend. But goddamn,
I'd say it's grounded. I mean, it's not presented like Crazy House, so it's
well, yeah.
So, but yeah, again, different movies, but I can see like there's elements of Crazy House that make me say, yeah, this is the one that I like better. But they're both such good movies and just different. So it's really, for me, I think the mood I'm in. For me on this one, I am a 5. Also, what I gave Crazy House.
Yeah, I'm a 5 as well.
Wow, fuck, man, I fucked up today.
This was a strong week. I will say, like I like just big.
Yeah, and then last week I watched every piece of fucking dog.
You picked the wrong week, Kruger. You literally do. Like, and the week before that, it was like a bunch of good movies, but you didn't miss. So the weeks you figure these are the ones I should miss, Doug. Nah, fuck that. I'm doing this one.
Fuck. Yeah, I mean, I had expectations for a lot of things this week, but I'd say for the most part, everything like exceeded them. So not everything, obviously, but the ones that I had the expectations for. All right.
Well, before we do the next one, I just got a shout out to JG Michael. We did a podcast that 2 of my last 2 hookups have listened to. I don't know why they fucking gravitate towards yours, but for whatever
we got a
reason,
whole goddamn channel.
The last 2 times I've gotten laid, the chicks fucking listen to your podcast about me. So got to give you a shout out for that. Maybe it's helping me get laid. I don't know, but
what Kruger's trying to say is, can he come back on the podcast?
Yeah, right. No, like this isn't even like just me trying to be funny, dude. Literally, the last 2 girls I've hooked up with, for whatever reason, send me a fucking video of like them listening to my podcast with you. So I don't know what the fuck I said on there.
Are you saying we don't get you pussy, Kruger?
All I know is Dan's about to inbox you, JG, be like, hey,
I don't think it's a we thing.
There we go. There you go.
Yeah.
So shout out to JG Michael and our podcast that we did. I don't even remember what your podcast name is, man. I'm really sorry for that. Fucking, but fuck. Like I know
drop your link.
Yeah, drop your link, please.
Yeah.
Parallax Views. That's it.
There we go.
Parallax Views.
A little bit of everything. Yeah, there you go. You beat me to it. Doesn't just cover movies.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, dude. I don't know what the fucking algorithm is, but the last 2 times, hey,
Dan wants it on the pussy algorithm. He's gonna be hitting you up, JT. There's no chance he's probably already in your inbox.
Fuck, Ben wants to go.
You know what the difference is? You know what? God damn it. Dan, you're digitally cock blocking him too. You do it in person, and now you're doing it digitally. Watch. The girls show up and leave every time. Man. It just happens.
Well, there you go. Just going. Everybody's
Yeah,
jumping on
It
JD.
must be like one of the first things they fucking like when they Google it. It has to be like one of the first things they pop up when it comes to my name. But hey, man, fucking and hey, I gave you more on that interview than I give most people. So I'm glad it's working out.
Jeez. So there you go.
Can we make a pussy algorithm shirt?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Next
You
movie,
can get it with either one of our faces, just the pussy algorithm. All right.
The pussy algorithm is coming up next, Mr. Christopher Lee.
Oh, Christopher Lee was probably just like fucking beating
That's
him.
what I'm saying. He's the human pussy algorithm.
Yeah,
I'm
no
putting
shit.
him over, Dan. I wasn't shitting on the legend Christopher
Had
Lee.
I never got to meet Christopher Lee. Had I have, I would have
Lucky
walked
man.
up
Thank-
and I would have
Yeah.
shook his hand. I would have shook his hand and I would have been like, "You, sir, are the pussy algorithm." And then I just would have walked away. I would have just let him sit.
Just
with
give him
it.
a pussy algorithm shirt and walk away, dude.
He's just looking at it. It's just like Godzilla or Godzilla, fuck Dracula, and it just
Christopher
said
Lee, just
pussy
like-
algorithm.
Christopher Lee would just look to whoever's in back of the short bus.
All right. So up next, we have a documentary from writer-director John Spira, The Life and Deaths of Christopher Lee. And in this documentary follows fresh interviews, archival footage, and various animation techniques like marionation to recreate one of the world's leading actors on screen, bringing them back to life through innovative methods. All right, so we've been really excited for this. You can pre-order it now at christopherleefilm.co.uk. And it also anywhere else, Todd? I can't remember.
No, it's already aired in the UK.
Okay.
I don't remember. It wasn't BBC. I don't remember what channel, but it aired over there pretty recently.
Okay. So
the physical, yeah, life, yeah, the address on the screen. We'll say that.
address on the screen. So obviously, I mean, Christopher Lee, all-time legend. He's in some of my favorite horror films of all time. Curse of Frankenstein, Wicker Man, which is way up there for me. People throw out legend, icon a little liberally at times. This man is a fucking icon. Christopher Lee, and not only just the horror, I mean, he managed to jump into the Star Wars fandom, Lord of the Rings, which is a big theme in this documentary, because when he was very sick and basically on death's door, he read Lord of the Rings, fell in love with it. It was sort of like his comfort read during this health scare he had in the 80s. And he always wanted to somehow, some way be in a Lord of the Rings movie. And later in his career, he got that.
Wanted.
Not the party wanted. He wanted Gandalf really bad, but they just they didn't cast him as Gandalf. Which I think he could have
They
done.
knew what they were doing.
Yeah. I think he would have been a good
fine,
Gandalf,
but it's a perfect shoe, Cinderella.
it is.
I didn't realize this connection. Peter Serafinowicz, whatever the voice of Christopher Lee for this, also that son of a bitch in Shaun of the Dead. But he's the brother, or the third roommate. What's his name? Does the voice of Christopher Lee. He also did the voice of Darth Maul. So
what? Because Sam
it says
Worthington
Phantom
usually does
Menace.
that.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he did a backup voice.
Maybe.
So, but yeah. Phantom Menace, he did Darth Maul,
Really?
Battle Droid Commander, and a Gungan Scout.
Oh, nice. This is not just a movie doc. Like, this goes over his entire life, which was very interesting. A lot of people may not know, but he at least was one inspiration for James Bond. He was a spy during World War II, and it's a shame. And I
Can you keep a secret?
yeah, the John Landis conversation in the movie's hilarious.
He just
and
wanted to ask about decapitations, but we don't have to go there.
That wouldn't that be a funnier response to John Landis trying to get him to talk about the war? It's like, well, John, you have a bigger body count than I do.
Let's talk about Twilight Zone first.
Yeah, that would have been the best way to shut it down. But yeah, no, the guy had a
Twilight Zone, the movie alumni, because you have Mr. Joe Dante there too.
Joe Dante is interviewed in this, but I've just always found him fascinating. He had a biography out years and years ago, Tall, Dark, and Gruesome, that I recommend. So, you know, there's some stories that I kind of knew about. JG asks about his temper that he had. Yeah, there is a moment later, probably right towards the end of his life, where a red carpet reporter interviews him, and she's kind of signing off, and she's like, "The King of Horror, Christopher Lee," and you could see his face, like, "Ma'am, what? I haven't made a horror movie in 34 years." It's like, don't call me that again. Like, but he's polite. Like, he's not like, you stupid bitch. Like, he's very polite about it.
Although once the camera went off,
yeah, just whacked her with this cane.
This is from Sean Connery.
Yeah, I gave her the Sean Connery treatment.
What if I told
sometimes she just needs a smack?
I'm the man with the golden backhand.
Don't make me hit you with my ring finger.
Dracula, fucking, he's in fucking Bond. I mean, franchises, fucking Lord of the Rings, fucking Star Wars.
You know what I also appreciated in this? Because one problem a lot of documentaries make is they'll just focus on the big highlights. I like that this got into that period where he was in the US and he was cranking out some very strange movies. Return of Captain Invincible. Yeah, exactly.
I just don't think he would say no to a part. I think he was kind of that kind of guy who needed the fame, and all right, let's do it.
I think if it gave him something different to do at all, if you've ever watched Return of Captain Invincible,
Available
it really
Blu-ray from 7, right?
Bizarre movie, but you know, he gets to sing in it. You know, he did that sex comedy Jocks, where ironically he did have his health scare. But I really like that they didn't just stick to Dracula and some of the stuff he's most known for. They jumped, you know, kind of telling the story of being around for almost a decade before he really broke out with Curse of Frankenstein, which, and I thought it was very touching. I loved seeing him and Peter Cushing together shortly before Cushing's death in '94, I believe. I really love this. It made me sad that I never got to meet him. They do talk a little bit about his very random jealousy of Michael Caine, which I thought was funny.
I would have been a better Alfred than that bitch. Fucking John Thor, eat shit.
Without a clue, would have made
I want to see him. I want to hear him going to rant.
Yeah, I just want to see him bitterly watching every Michael Caine movie. The Cider
Me
House
and Steve Martin would have made $1
cool.
billion in Dirty Rotten Scoundrel. I want to see Steve Martin and Christopher Lee though. Now, God.
Oh man, just every single thing Michael Caine did. Yeah, it's like I would have been an awesome Alfred. It's like, well, you know, taller than Batman, my ass.
But sometimes for actors, there's that guy. You have the one that, like, you go out for the same parts, and he's the one who's going to get, you know, like a lot of like actors have that guy. That's the one that they're. So that must have been his, and he wasn't happy with it.
I probably told the story once, but Dale Midkiff of Pet Sematary, just in the bar at a convention, just ranting to me about how he lost every big role to Dennis Quaid.
And there's his Michael Caine.
The substance, motherfucker.
You know, that's when you just look him dead in the eye and go, at least it wasn't Randy.
Yeah. When Dale Midkiff just is the drunk pilot taking out the aliens in Independence. But well, anyways, I could go on forever about this. But hot tag, what did you guys think? Because I was thoroughly entertained.
Pugs, did you get this one in? I don't remember.
I'll go.
Okay.
Yes, I did. This is fucking phenomenal. This covers almost everything you want to know. It touches his family life. I'm gonna put it on Front Street. I got a lump in my throat hearing him and Tony, his son, talk about the interaction that he had with Tony Iommi about getting the medal award. Like, that's fucking cool. That was a cool fucking circle. I don't want to ruin the whole thing.
His son-in-law.
When you watch it, that shit rules. Son-in-law, my bad. That guy fucking, I like him. I want to hang out with that guy. But getting back to the doc as a whole, this is mandatory viewing. This is I don't know what else to say. This is fucking whatever you want to know, whatever you need to know. This is it. It gives you. I'm just babbling. It's fucking awesome. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Go watch this shit. Dan covered a lot of it. It's fucking amazing. I want to watch it again.
Yeah, it's one of those. You just need to watch it. I know Cliff brought up, you know, I thought it was not bad, but it was for the uninitiated. If you're a big fan of Lee's, you might not have gotten as much out of it as you hope. Well, I get what you're saying. I like the way everything was presented and laid out, and it made it very entertaining, even if we knew the majority of it. But there were still little things I hadn't heard. I mean, I haven't read the book. Yeah, this
motherfucker is in Star Wars and Lord of the Rings and heavy metal, and he's known for being monster. Like, he is the king. He is the fucking man.
Yeah,
I bow down.
It's always sad when you see somebody who's had just such a stellar career that doesn't necessarily believe they did. Which is just mind-blowing to me, because he did so much good work. Even, like I said, some of the bad movies, or arguably bad movies, were at least interesting. So and also one thing that well, I was aware of, but I wasn't aware of until not that long ago, was heavy metal icon. Like, the oldest guy to chart, I believe, in that genre.
A little exaggerated, but fuck yeah.
Yeah. I mean, who would have thought you could reinvent yourself in your 90s and become a metal icon?
I can't say I love the music, but I do like it. I appreciate it.
I respect that he did it and he got it down. But yeah, I get it. It's I'm not bumping Christopher Lee on the regular.
Jingle Hells is on my Spotify list. I can't lie.
It's the time of year, though.
Not bumping them like Dave Blunts.
Yeah. Correct.
Oh man.
Oh my god, if Christopher Lee would have started rapping.
Hey, that you can't horn
Diss
in on
track on Michael Caine.
Oh, no, that was. I think we can, yeah. I think we can make that happen.
He's rapping as Dracula. I can't put down the blood.
See, I didn't see. He didn't want to get beef with Vincent Price. He was already the one doing the rapping. So
you're a Fangs without the N.
Oh, damn.
Oh, that's good. I need to hear this now.
Holy shit, Pugs. Spitting straight fire over there.
All right, so we should probably rate this one unless we have anything else to say. We obviously all loved it. But
before we get into trouble,
Pugs is already throwing his 5 out. I'm just
5 out of 5. This is fucking amazing, guys.
Yeah.
4.5, but it's close to a 5.
There we go. So definitely
what would have
pick
made
it
it
up
a 5
and check it out.
More details.
You can always have more. It's like one of those things, like you get another hour on this and you could have covered more, but yeah, it's a great.
I would have still gave that a 5 probably, but okay. Cool.
All right.
One more film till our main event.
All right. So our Our next movie from writer-director Caroline Lindy, Your Monster. And in Your Monster, after her life falls apart, soft-spoken actress Laura Franco finds her voice again when she meets a terrifying yet weirdly charming monster living in her closet. A romantic comedy horror film about falling in love with your inner rage. It is now available on VOD if you missed it in the theater. And Todd, I'm gonna hot tag you guys real quick. I got a minor cat issue. Give me 30 seconds. Sorry.
Go deal with the pussy. All right.
Pussy algorithm.
Figures only takes 30 seconds. Go ahead, Todd.
Did you get to see this one first?
I did see
Okay.
this. I didn't get to see it in theaters though.
I did get to see it in
VOD.
theaters, and I know it'd been talked about, and I'd already kind of brought it up. Like, I did really like this one, but I thought like it's gonna kind of it. I'm really curious what you guys like thought about it, and so I'm kind of like stalling now since Dan disappeared like at the top when like I'm the only one who's already talked about it and seen it. So I kind of was
I can go if you want.
yeah, if you want to,
Or should I
go
wait for
it.
Dan? We can just
Go for it, but we'll get his take. Who cares?
Okay.
No, I'm just messing.
Okay. Overall, okay.
Zombies asking, is it a ripoff of
Say again?
Monster in the Closet? What?
I wouldn't say rip off, but there are similar elements to it.
Well, now Dan's back and then he disappeared.
But for me, fuck him.
You took me out of frame. Sorry.
Oh, there he's back. Okay, so we're gonna let Dan go first then.
Yeah, go ahead, Dan. I was just saying while you were gone that like I already talked about this previously. I did see it theatrically, and I really liked it. But there were some things I was curious with you guys because it's different, and I think there's some alienation of a couple genres. That, I don't know. I'm just curious. So.
Okay, yeah. So first, Melissa Barrera, who I really enjoyed in Abigail. Again, not the biggest Scream fan, but I think she really shows off her diversity here. I can see her now playing all kinds of different stuff. She kind of had that moment that I'm still looking for from Jenna Ortega to sort of justify her being such a big thing. I like her. I thought this is not an easy part to play. She kind of goes through the motions. I can see what you're saying without giving too much away, that I would say this is a little more geared towards the rom-com crowd than horror.
But
yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying.
It does have things that could turn off.
It's gonna both camps are gonna have an issue. Either one.
There is some crossover though, and I think the crossovers are going to enjoy the fucking shit out of this. But go ahead, Dan.
And
I think the ending. I think the ending is definitely going to split people. I liked it. I thought it was a great ending, but I'm a more adventurous film goer. I think we all are. So I could see that possibly being an issue. Melissa Barrera actually sings in this. She's got a great voice. I know it was kind of a passion project for her. And going into it, there's a 2002 film called No Such Thing that I always really liked.
Yes, I love that film.
No Such Thing is fantastic. I mean, this is a little different vibe, but I would say if you like
that helped. Yeah, I think that did help me with this because that's all I could think of the whole time, and I love that movie. So
yeah, one of those things too. Like it came, it went, people liked it, but it's nobody talks about it anymore, and it's a shame because I do think it was very unique. This is unique. I wasn't too sure. Like, was this going to be, just kind of like a basic Beauty and the Beast tale? It's not.
Shout out Ron Perlman.
There you go.
But yeah, and it does feel like it has that feel of that Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly. I think that her boyfriend, ex-boyfriend character was suitably unlikable. I thought that was that was handled really well. There's a couple good gags in it. I get it. It is one of those movies, and I'm sure they knew when they made it, like, who do we market this towards? And Ben, Ben, trailer made it feel rom-com. Yeah, if I had to just pick one, I would say for that crowd more than horror, because
they're going to get just this. That's the thing. Either way you go.
Yeah.
Someone's
yeah. Exactly. I'll put it this way.
This is for like that one show, Happy. You know, that one with Christopher Maloney. Like it just there's a weird fucking area where it fits into perfectly.
Yeah.
And anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. No, exactly. And Happy I thought was great as well.
Slasher Home Video says Lisa Frankenstein crowd. Yeah. I think so. I think
no, not at all.
Poor Things. If you like Poor Things, I mean, this is a lot less weird than Poor Things, but I think so, Dan.
You might enjoy, if you enjoyed Poor Things, you might like it very less
I
weird.
can see there being crossover from the Lisa Frankenstein crowd, but and you see like the goth girls, but like the ones that are really, because there's that aspect of being young, they all just kind of like it because they all kind of like it, but the ones who really like it, I think will like this. If that makes sense, you guys get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think so.
I'm curious to see what people think of this one. I'm sure it didn't do a ton of business theatrically, but now that it's on VOD, I'd be curious to see how people react to it. It'll be one of those movies that will show up on some top 10 lists this year because it is different.
Yeah. In case.
It's unique. It's very unique, and I can't say how you'll feel once it ends. I like the ending, but I'm also not like your typical rom-com guy, so we'll see how it goes. JG Michael, there's a lot of crossover between the gals I knew who liked Lisa Frankenstein and this.
I mean, fuck you, Dan.
That's a very different movie, though, is all I'm saying. I don't want people to go in thinking they're getting Lisa Frankenstein. But yeah. What I liked about was that I think it spoke to young women without alienating me as a dude. It didn't pull that Black Christmas 2019 routine. Yeah, no, there's nothing obnoxious in this at all.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't help that, like, going in, I already do enjoy Melissa Barrera, so.
Yeah. So yeah, let us know what you think if you watch this. Kruger, I'm gonna say not for you. I don't think it's gonna be for you.
Wait till I get a girlfriend.
There is
then maybe I watch
one point where
there you
go.
There
was one point where I didn't add the chick.
Try it one more time.
But it didn't take away from the movie. I really enjoyed it.
Sweet,
I did.
One thing we didn't mention, the actual monster. What did you guys think of him?
Look good.
Ron Perlman? Look fucking awesome.
No,
Ron Perlman doing Drop Dead
performance. What did you guys think about? Like, you guys, like, Dan.
Yeah,
it's not really Ron.
It's
not really Ron Perlman, right?
No.
Okay.
That'd be a little creepy if
it was. I would watch this immediately.
Yeah.
70-year-old Ron Perlman deep dicking Melissa Barrera.
That'd be
it's too Hollywood for Hollywood.
Not right now. Heat's on.
No, actually, I won't say that because I could be getting into spoilers. But no, he was great. He was great.
Yeah, I enjoyed them. I enjoyed their relationship too. So yeah, everything about this, I enjoyed this one a lot more than I was expecting. Because I went in from the trailers you guys saw, and I was like, well, it's got a I get the idea, and whatever, and came out really loving this one. Like, this really surprised me. So
sweet. Well, what do you rate it, Todd?
I'm gonna go last.
Oh, okay. I'm a 3.5.
Pugs.
I am a 4 out of 5.
Nice.
I am a 4.5 out of 5. So,
sweet.
I almost went higher, but that's where I'm at on this one.
I think we're going to talk a lot about our main event movie.
Yeah, I know.
Of
I'm
the
trying
evening.
to not. Yeah, sorry, Pugs.
Man, this
all
is
right.
the one you missed, Bugs.
No, he's gonna fall asleep at some point during the show.
No.
I'm worried about. Man's got a curfew.
I know. All right, so we'll get right into it. From
Sundown
writer-
town. 134, 54.
Damn. All right, from writer director Kyle Mooney, we have Y2K, and well, I'll get into it. A time that, well, definitely 3 out of the 4 of us remember very well. Because Kruger's young. So all right,
Dude, I was fucking 4.
Doomsayer,
Yeah.
Dan.
Yeah, it's all right. Dan was.
We'll get into it. 2 high school nobodies make the decision to crash. Make the decision to crash the last major celebration before the new millennium on New Year's Eve, 1999. The night becomes even crazier than they ever could have dreamed when the clock strikes midnight.
All right, I'd like to go first since I haven't talked in like fucking three movies.
Go for it. You were 4 years old.
Well, I didn't know anything about Y2K until obviously I was older, but the concept alone is perfect for a fucking horror movie. And this felt like a horror movie made out of the 80s, but with the comedy of the early 2000s super bad movies, which was fucking fantastic. I love this fucking movie. It hits all the right bells and whistles with the comedy. The characters are amazing. And like, I'm not gonna lie, dude. I got a little teary-eyed when a certain character fucking left us because that guy was the fucking man. And just, I loved everything about this. It brought me back to being in high school. Granted, I wasn't, online in the 1999s or whatever, but this reminded me of high school. It's very similar. Messaging each other on Facebook instead of fucking AOL. This was the type of shit that we used to do when we were kids too. So I love this movie. It just hit all the right bells and whistles, and it felt like something out of the 80s, but with like the comedy being like that raunchy fucking like I said, super bad-esque with the characters and stuff, and it has some good gore, some good kills, some badass practical effects, and man in suits being these robotic monsters, which is just something crazy out to me that we got this out of an A24 movie. But again, like A24 every now and again is going to shock you with something that you wouldn't think they're going to put out. And this doesn't feel like a movie they would put out. This feels like something that would be on Shudder or on, any of the big horror streaming sites. But instead, we got a theatrical for it, and probably my new go-to New Year's Eve horror movie. So Y2K, go fucking see it in theaters. I think they need to give it a little bit more runtime so we can go watch this on New Year's Eve, because I think that would be extra badass. And
I'm going to just say it's going to be out on digital by then.
No, I get that. I know it will, but it would be nice to go see it in theaters. I mean, they're shit, dude. They're putting Terrifier fucking 3 back out. Why can't A24 put this back out?
One thing I will say, I heard that this had test screenings probably close to a year ago at this point, and there was a raunchier cut. Not so much gorier, although apparently a little bit, but a raunchier cut. I'll elaborate on what
I'm
I
in
think
for that.
Raunchy
later, but
yeah, me too. Because the comedy, like, I'm not a big fan of horror comedies, but I do like some of those super raunchy early 2000s comedies, like Superbad, Bad Santa, fucking Pineapple Express, all of those. And this felt like those kind of mixed together into an 80s horror element, which was something that I never knew I wanted, but I do, and I'm glad that they gave it to us.
Sweet. Pugs. How about you? Now we're the
Me.
same age, so
We are the same age. We were in 8th grade in the 2000s when it turned 2000. I had
you a
friends who were in
dumbass
high
too?
school, so like, it also was like middle school anyway. I fit right into this. Those fucking new metal kids. I probably would have been
That was
hanging
you.
with them. This was very fucking familiar. Yeah, it's very fucking familiar. This so enjoyable for me. I don't know if it'll hit everybody like this, but this fucking tickled my member berry so fucking hard. The soundtrack, the cameos, everything, and the two main characters are so fucking lovable and likable. It's like I don't want to give anything away, but I love them. I don't want anything bad to happen to them. This movie's so good. I did not expect to get my ass kicked like I did, but I think it has to do with me being the similar age during that time.
They made
Having
this
your Y2K
this is
mix.
100%. This is like perfect millennial nostalgia. This was this is like the peak.
I saw
the Dan
someone-
said didn't exist last time.
Yeah, Orc with his dial-up connection. Good shit. I think we've all seen that adult clip. Like that looked very fucking familiar. This just hits everything right.
Oh,
The
there was one
parents,
scene-
Alicia fucking Silverstone.
yeah.
Keep going.
Dude, the DX suck it thing. That was hilarious.
I was the
fucking
only one
incredible DX.
laughing when they were talking in the background, and you could just see the porn picture getting a little bit more. I was dying. I don't think anyone noticed it. Like, it was just in the background.
Dude,
fucking falling.
Getting to watch
Well,
a
they did that
30
with
second
Clinton and the speech there, but yeah.
Yeah.
getting to watch a 30-second clip back then was it took work. Like we're on cloud 9 now with the hub. I mean, my God. So yeah, like that's one issue with this movie. Not an issue, but it's going to be an issue for some people that just all of this is completely foreign. I can tell you live.
Kruger was 4
Yeah.
and he got so.
No,
well,
it wasn't
I-
foreign, motherfucker. I grew
That's what I'm
up.
saying. Kruger, I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah.
Saying it wasn't. You were
All
4,
right, well, you didn't let
so
me
it
finish,
works.
but I was in the theater, which was probably about half full, and I could see like it was the older people laughing at like the dial-up joke and some of that stuff. I could see
I was
like
laughing so fucking hard.
Yeah, the younger people, I could tell like not that they were having a bad time with the movie, but they weren't reacting to a lot of it. They just didn't get it at all. Yeah, Chris, they research the culture and try and emulate it though. Well, that was
I
Chris,
say this
what's
every
up?
I say this every episode. Yes, 90s was the last great decade. Period. Sorry,
Yeah,
guys.
I agree.
Everything after has come from it.
Yeah. Now, I do have some complaints, and one of the big ones. Now,
Is that because you know what you know?
no. I didn't find that out till later.
Okay, I was just curious.
But it does make sense. I did feel at times, not that the performances were bad, I thought everybody was good, but it did kind of feel like 2024 teens playing 90s kids. It didn't feel authentic to some of the conversations that I would have at that time.
There was a couple words I heard. I was like, those are not millennial words. Those are there. I can't remember. There was one in particular, and I was like, that's like a. Yeah, I can't remember what it was, and I wish I would have wrote it down. But
you know what? We can. It had to start somewhere, Todd. We just played
that's the thing, and that's the thing that you know, and you're right, because here's the thing that doesn't exist anymore: regional slang. The internet fucked everything up, so everything's everywhere. Like no one has their own. Like you can't tell who's from where or what. Everything's the same. Like we used to.
That's true.
Regional, say it goes with music, everything. It's one culture now, so everything's the same. But I'm going to go into a different rant, but I didn't even know where I was going because I was going with that. So and I think the other thing I think you're seeing though, Dan, is because they look like modern kids, and it's hard to fight that. So I don't know how much of it. There was a couple things that did catch me, like that doesn't ring true. because
there wasn't enough low-rise jeans that are tight.
there.
Yeah.
See,
Again, I love this movie. I had a fucking ball. That was just something I noticed. Now there are some characters in here that I knew. Like I knew that the older dude that for some reason just keeps hanging around teenagers, not necessarily the video store guy played by director Kyle Mooney. Always remembered that guy being a thing, and especially forget her character name, but the short-haired girl, probably lesbian. I guess she would be a lesbian character in this.
What does that matter?
Because they hinted at it. I knew that girl. The lead felt a little bit off. Like he really felt modern to me. Not unlikable, just not somebody.
I disagree. I kind of wanted to punch him in the face 90% of the time, but I think that's just him in general. So I'm not faulting the movie.
But I also knew
nerdy kid.
Well, and I also knew kids like that. Like I was friends with kids like that in high school.
I get it, but I've wanted to punch him in the face from his other movie. So it's that's what I'm saying. I can't hold the movie against.
Oh, you leave and alone. All right?
He exists now.
That dude would have texted him, stay home tomorrow. Okay. Go get him.
And there were also, like, I hate to say it, like, man, like you go to some of these parties back then.
Terrible.
There's a lot of like un-PC stuff that I sense might be in this extended cut.
Well,
although we may not even see it.
I have literal videotapes that we could just play, and I can give you actual footage. But
I don't want to see those. We've already talked about them, Todd. I don't want to see them.
Todd, we need to watch these.
I don't know what he thinks I'm showing him now.
Oh, yeah.
You should know.
Oh, well, not that one, obvious.
I don't want to see those
90s house party videos for Patreon.
No, that's never ever going to happen. Ever.
Good.
Ever,
I don't want it to.
Ever.
But yeah, no. Again, I don't want to. I hate to be honest.
No, stop. I got to stop you right here because we have not talked about how scared you were the world was going to end when the clock struck midnight.
Yeah,
dude.
I was laughing at all you dumbasses.
You're a decade older than me, in fairness. But I was like the kid that watched all the dystopian shit. And I'm looking and I'm watching like the news. And I'm like, they're saying this is going to be a fucking issue. Like planes are going to fall from the sky. Like I was freaking the fuck out.
Dan,
when they had the 9/11 scene, I
did not believe that shit at all.
I know,
dude.
Dan's the little white kid believing the mainstream media. What do you expect?
Why do I have to be? Because I'm white. There are plenty of people afraid of this shit.
Because people of color know not to trust the government. That's why. That's the difference.
Well, there you go. But I was like so deep into it. Like I still remember looking up like bunkers in Montana that you could buy. And the only
next
thing
year I'll call you what I really want to call you, but not this year.
The only thing that I made happen, and I'm not kidding, like if you looked at like the corner, pick a corner in my house that you can see back there. I had water like stacked to the top. Oh, like
how
that
much toilet paper? Did you have?
Did you do that? I never got. There was no extra toilet paper.
What?
Huh?
I said, did you do all this shit during COVID too?
No, not really. Toilet paper I would buy when I could find it.
Nah, dude, you were a hoarder. I'm telling you right now. From the things you're telling me, you were one of those motherfuckers.
From that.
No, not the only. I don't know if I should really say that. Well, I guess it doesn't matter now. I mean, we won't go into that. But I did stock up on water. Not really food so much, but water and a few things. But I was a kid, so
this fool punks grannies for toilet paper. Don't let them fool you.
Hey, if it comes down to me and Granny's going down.
Granny always goes down on day.
But no, I enjoyed it.
No,
I know some people were speculating because the box office was not good. I know some people were speculating Rachel Zegler being an issue on that. I thought she was fine. I mean, not remarkable in any way, but I thought she
I
was
forget
fine.
the
in
incels
movie.
Is that
Snow
the
White.
main chick?
Yeah.
It's because of this Snow White stuff.
Yeah, that's why I said
all right.
incels hate her because of
We-
Snow
But
White.
I don't know if
we,
that
we
factored
may
in.
need to cut. So that's the main chick that Homeboy's in love with.
The one with the Robert Zadar looking jaw.
You're not helping me.
The main chick, Kruger. That's it. The main chick.
Yeah.
The main character's in love with.
the other
That's what
Jenny
I was asking.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you. I'm not trying to make.
Yeah.
The wish
I'm not
Jenny
trying to
No, I'm not
listen to
yelling
Dan.
at you, Todd. I'm
I know,
yelling
don't listen
at
to
him.
Dan. He's
Main
gonna make it
chick.
confusing, saying weird
Main
stuff that
chick.
makes no sense.
Is it just
That
me?
makes it weird.
All right.
Main chick.
You may need to cut this, but is it just me, or are her eyes like really far away?
Oh, no,
from
no,
her
yes.
nose?
100.
And it
like,
fucked my
Sid
brain
from
up,
fucking Ice Age. Yeah.
dude. It fucked my brain up because my brain kept going like, "Is she CGI? What the fuck is going on?"
No, she was. No, she wasn't Little Mermaid 2, was she?
Well, I didn't watch Little
No.
Mermaid.
No, she.
No,
she is
West
another
Side.
one. Yeah,
West
okay.
Side
She has eyes that are spread really far apart that like distract me too.
No,
Dude,
get
yeah,
it?
wasn't-
She
that's-
doesn't
I
bother
kept
me on
thinking
this.
it was CGI, like on purpose, like she was gonna turn into a fucking robot at the end. And like, she's a pretty girl. Like, don't get me, but like my brain did not fucking goddamn let me not see that her eyes were so far apart. So I was assuming she was gonna turn into a robot at the end of the fucking movie.
I have it with the girl who played Little Mermaid, and I can't think of her name, but I now that I'm looking at her picture, I see it, but it does. Yeah, it didn't. Yeah, I didn't have that issue. Like if it was the girl from Little Mermaid, apparently Disney princesses now have to have weird eyes. I guess.
That fuck, because they're fucking aliens. That's why they're fucking aliens. That the fucking aliens came down here and were like, "Yo, we need fucking goddamn our people to
All
be
right.
a part of your fucking goddamn celebrities, so we can integrate our populations together." That's what
She
it is.
looked like the creature from Splice. And again, it's not an insult. That's just kind of like what
It's
she
just like
looks
her eyes. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
No, dude, it fucked my brain up the whole movie because I kept thinking that shit was gonna open up and she was gonna turn into a robot.
Yeah, she was fine though. I mean, again, nothing.
Deleted
no
scenes.
Yeah, maybe, right?
Deleted
She
scenes.
And then yeah. Although I did. Did you notice there's quite a few homages to like other films?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Lawnmower Man's also come up, which, yeah, cutting edge effects.
How often is Superman 3 came up though? Because
Yeah.
the final scene is definitely a callback to Superman 3 minus
the
ass.
the Killer Varsity Blues VHS tape.
Yes,
There's a lot of little stuff that's gonna make you smile. The music. We get a scene in a mom pop video shop in the porn section, which
Make Dan the happiest.
Shout out to Fred Durst.
Yeah,
I have never heard that. I have never heard that porn title before. That porn parody title that was new to me. That made me howl.
Independence Day. I don't think actually exists though. Could be wrong.
Yeah, Dan, get to work.
I don't care if it's real. I had the name is fucking amazing.
Well, wasn't it in the other section?
Flash
So
video, Static X in the soundtrack. No.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. There's a lot of great music on there though.
Dude,
if you were around,
the song. Come on.
Oh yeah,
dude. This is the second
pop for that.
This is the second property recently that has revisited the song.
Yeah, no,
and Twisted Metal. That's the thing that Sweet Tooth like is obsessed with.
I believe it was this one. I'm pretty sure. Was it this one? Fuck, which movie would that had Robbie Phoenix's theme as the final fight scene? Did they play Metalachi? Well, it wasn't Metalachi. It was the cover, another cover for Run for the Hills. Was that this one?
I don't even know.
No, there was no Iron Maiden.
What movie that we reviewed? One of them had Run for the Hills in the finale. Oh, it was the one you guys hadn't seen. So I don't want to give it away. One of them, yeah, Robbie Phoenix's theme pops up in the climax.
No.
Dan didn't get it because he doesn't probably know his theme.
I honestly don't get it either. I don't even know what that motherfucker's theme is.
No, well, You know, well, Pugs knows Run from it. You'll recognize it when you see one of the movies. And you're like, oh, that's what he was talking about.
Yeah, 99 I just remember like so vividly. So anything I'm gonna gravitate.
You know how I know
towards
this
from
party
that
wasn't a
time.
true 99 party? I did not hear Purple Rain Prince 1999 once, because I don't know of any New Year's Eve party of the millennium that did not play motherfucking 1999 by Prince at least 10 times. So
And where was the M Dog?
Probably at
Dude?
the adult one. But I did.
For real though, where was the M Dog?
The Mad Dog?
Yeah.
Wow. These were the white kids. I don't know if they had them all.
Oh, I'm done, man.
I don't know. My parents drank that shit.
Those bottles broke.
I mean, like I said, a few things.
Not enough 40s. I will say that they did steal some, although they were funny shaped 40s. Like they didn't know how to find the actual, or they wine. I couldn't even tell. They should have.
It's gotta be hard. Although you would think the prop department could recreate some stuff. I didn't see anything like in the video store that stood out. That all looked pretty good.
You know what I did notice in the video store? Because yes, I do pay a lot of attention.
Oh, you found something.
No, it wasn't a bad thing. But they obviously, trying to avoid any kind of likeness rights issues, place stickers on actors' faces on the video store boxes. Like there'll be a big $250 rental sticker, like right on fucking Sylvester Stallone's face, where it should be. Like I noticed there was every tape had a sticker, and they were obviously trying to hide movies that they weren't.
I did crack up. Out of all the Sylvester Stallone movies you would pick that one.
Yeah. Yeah, and it felt like a real ma and pop, not very big, one of the smaller ones, but it felt like a real ma and pop that
it felt like when I worked it.
Yeah,
dude.
I mean, 99's not the heyday, so
the video store worker is legit, like essentially the essence of my best friend that I lived with when I was a homeless wrestler in my when I was 19.
Good thing, bad thing.
I don't know how to react to that. Did he do the little sticks too?
No, but
it's hard.
But like he's like a Buddhist and like super like feng shui, like that guy was.
We had one of those that used to be around us. He lived in Irvine. Makes sense, right, Pugs?
Dude, he's the shit. He recorded multiple UEW shows. So
He looked like a guy that would always try and sell me weed outside my local mall. Even though every time I'm like, sorry, man, don't smoke. But every time I go in, he'd try and sell me weed.
Because he's wearing the weed sweater. Like that's the universal. Like I'm a pothead and
it's a drug rug. That's what
drug rug, right?
That's what fucking Satu Jim wears to the ring.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Drug rug. That's what I couldn't think of. Smells like patchouli. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
That's who he's exactly.
But yeah, so apparently we all pretty much liked it. I was curious with you, Kruger, because again, not knowing, oh shit, we lost him. Not knowing that, going in.
No, dude, because you have to understand. I grew up in a poor family, so like
you're like 5 years behind on your stuff.
A lot of this shit was in like the computers, all of that. Like that's the shit I grew up with. So, and not to mention the movie store thing alone, that being in multiple scenes throughout the movie, like it brought me back, dude. I used to buy my fucking goddamn wrestling DVDs right next to the porn section. It was like actually in the porn section where you had to go in my movie stores.
Are you sure you weren't in the custom section?
No, like, dude, literally, my dad used to fucking take me and go close your fucking eyes, and he'd pick up XPW fucking tapes.
Don't want you to see the Federal 5.
I'm not bullshitting you. Like
that's awesome.
Like,
no, well, I was gonna say, I mean, there were a few of my like regular go-tos. I've been to a lot of video stores back in the day, but my main one, Sunburst, the adult movies were right behind where the comedies were. So when I got tall enough, I was able to like reach over and like grab and I'd just put it behind like Planes, Trains, and Automobiles and just look at the titties on the cover. It was heaven. That one was a saloon door gimmick, and they did have cameras, and it was two ladies who worked there that were super nice, which actually made it worse because it's like there's no way I could have snuck back there without it being awkward. But
the other thing too,
top tape.
Fry's always talking about the talk tape. Always
Fry's Electronics as well. The wrestling section was always next to the fucking porn section.
It was right next to it.
And dude, I used to be one of those guys that like went to Fry's Electronics every week that new DVDs came out to get new wrestling tapes. So like fucking I remember that shit, dude. You could probably slip one of the fucking nudie ones in there and nobody would have noticed.
It depends. Once in a while.
Wait, this isn't all women's wrestling I'm renting. This where the boys aren't 12 is not like women's. It's not all.
You're just like, no, it is. It's just an obscure promotion. It's like, why is this dick in her butt?
You've never heard of Vivid Pro Wrestling?
No, that was legit. Like growing up, how my dad and I used to get like ROH and XPW tapes. 100%. Like was either from mom and pop shops or from what he would do the eBay gimmick too. But like mostly it was from mom and pop shops because we had a lot of them out here in Phoenix in like the early 2000s.
Yeah, I just got my notice from eBay. Congratulations, you're a 25-year member. I was like,
yeah, and you're like, motherfucker, I used to fucking fuck you guys so much.
My first thought was, well, on my 20th, you sent me a $20 credit. Where's my $25 credit, you motherfuckers?
Yeah, right.
But well, we can rate this one. I do have Pugs rating.
All right. What's Pugs?
Pugs is a 5 out of 5.
Damn. I'm a 4 out of 5, but with room to grow. I am going to watch this on New Year's this year.
I loved it. Again, there are a few little things. I'm a 4 out of 5, but I will be grabbing it. I'll be watching it again. Actually, you know what? I'll probably watch it again on New Year's too. So
I think.
How about a commentary party if it comes out?
If it does. Oh, go ahead, Todd. Sorry.
I am also a 5 out of 5, and I'm going to just bring this up to segue into what you're going to talk about, Dan. While watching it, especially in the first half before we switched gears, it was very reminiscent of Can't Hardly Wait to me, which for a time frame kind of works. It's the same era. So then when I talked to Dan after the movie, there's another Can't Hardly Wait connection that maybe you kind of want to talk about.
Do you mean
the censoring, Dan?
Oh, yeah. No, Can't Hardly Wait for a long time. We always heard about this R-rated cut. 25 years, yeah, R-rated cut. And you could feel it a little bit during this one. I was not surprised at all later when I heard that there is well, I don't know how big a difference, but definitely raunchier is what I've heard.
Supposedly, they tested a stronger version that's a little harder R.
Yeah.
That Dan says that it feels like they might have pushed out a little and kind of tamed it a little bit before release. So maybe we'll get an unrated version. Maybe we'll get a director's cut. Maybe they watched it and decided the young people aren't going to accept whatever it was and just are going to leave it on the cutting room floor.
Do you think it could be 90s lingo that's not politically correct anymore, but was absolutely a thing?
Honestly, it could be, because it's still R-rated, it could be as simple as people saw an early cut and there was more party footage that they're like, we don't need this, and cut it. Like, I don't know what was there. I mean, you said you've heard people say that it was a harder cut.
I heard a little gore, little more gore, but like mostly like raunchy, politically incorrect stuff. Now, to what degree? Some people say that, and then you watch it, and it's like, okay, there's like 2 minutes. I don't know.
Yeah. Again, that's the thing. Like, did they cut it for an R? Very possibly. Did some other stuff? I don't know. But that's what they're saying. Yeah, Slasher says Can't Hardly Wait is my favorite 90s teen comedy. And mine too. So yeah. Oh, when you didn't say what you missed
over American Pie.
They're different. No, they're like that one doesn't connect me to my teen years like Can't Hardly Wait. They're different.
I like
films.
Can't Hardly Wait, but
they're different. I get what he's like. American Pie is not like a teen film in Ram. It's just on its own level.
Big umbrella.
Yeah. So, but either
way,
it
is. I would say it's a teen film for like. It was my age. Yeah.
No, it is. I'm saying I get it, but yeah.
Ooh.
I was older when it came out.
Hey, like which July?
I don't
cares?
know. Either way,
no shade against Can't Hardly Wait. By the way, I like the movie too. I'm just
I know I do forget about American Pie.
Yeah,
but either way, whatever. It doesn't matter. Like I was saying, it like the beginning, it has that feel for it, and like I said, finding out a little was cut kind of has that in common.
They all fuck pies, and that's what they cut.
Although Dan doesn't like to admit it, the film that made MILFs a thing. Yes, it was.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, now he's on the team. He used to fight us.
No. I mean, it made it mainstream, but I swear to God,
nope. Shut the fuck up, Dan. Because until you can cite one piece of evidence, everything else you say is hearsay.
I will go and rewatch.
Okay, you've been saying that, and you haven't produced anything. So I'm not listening to anything else you say until you say, "Hey, Todd, here's your 1998 MILFs."
I want to say at least MILF goes at least.
You can say it all you want, Dan. You've been saying it since day one, but you haven't shown us anything. So I'm not listening to any of the nonsense that comes out of your mouth.
As Iron Sheik would say, "Fuck you!" All right, shut up.
Well, you
jabroni motherfucker.
Did we rate this one? Yes, we did. Pugs, you want to say yours again? Anything else to add on? I did.
No, you covered it, but it was 5 out of 5.
Sweet. But yeah, no. Todd, do we want to talk a little bit about what we have coming for our New Year's Eve or whenever show?
No. Why would we still got another?
We haven't even talked about a New Year's Eve. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Well, you do. Maybe I'm explaining it wrong. But
that's okay. Yes, go ahead, please.
We are going to have another Y2K themed show. Who knows? Maybe we will have a watch along for this, but we're also going to be covering 3 Y2K movies that came out pretty much right before the big event that wasn't an event. So
the ones that made little Danny hide under his blanket and cry about the planes are going to fall on his house.
And
the microwave's going to try to sodomize him when he goes to sleep.
And you know what? This is another reason why I am the ultimate survivor. You know what? You're not welcome in my bunker now.
I'm going to beat the fuck.
Do you think anywhere in my brain I want to be locked inside of a bunker for the rest of my life versus being unalive? You're insane, sir.
It depends what the threat is. What if it's like War of the Worlds?
I just said I'd rather be unalive than stuck in a bunker with you for all of eternity, Dan. I think I already answered.
Todd would be like, Jesus, take the wheel, and the aliens would fucking suck him up in the ship.
I will have like a John Goodman bunker. It will be awesome.
And I'll still kill you and fucking take all your food.
That's not something to brag about, dude.
In Minecraft.
It will be awesome.
In Minecraft. I'll still stab you to death in Minecraft and fucking take all your food.
You can't find me. I'll be up in the trees. You can't see me, Kruger.
No, I'll make you think I want you there. I want you. You want me there, and then I'll stab you to death and kill you in Minecraft.
Well, that doesn't usually work when you're threatening me with Minecraft. So, I mean, I'm aware now. I'm aware.
You're aware now. You wouldn't have been aware before, but still, I will find you and I will take your food and kill you in Minecraft.
Anybody watching the show who looks like they survive in the woods for a long period. And no, I'm not just talking about who get it. We're not fighting.
Are you just saying because I have a beard, I can survive? Is that what you're saying, Dan? You're like, I have a beard, I can survive.
I'm the ultimate survivor.
Dan, you understand? You understand? Looking the part doesn't make it true. Like,
ultimate
you can't
survivor.
just dress up as
I hike in the woods. Thank you very much.
And I hike in the desert. So fuck you.
You hike in the woods.
But that's a different scenario. That's
And I think I'll be
different
fine in the woods,
All right, let's
considering the amount of blood I can lose and still survive. I think you'll get cut at some point and die. I won't. It will coagulate, and my body from deathmatch wrestling will keep me fucking goddamn going until I find fucking civilization.
All impressive. It's just a different thing. Orc, the aliens get tied up in the car-sized drones, or like Fiats, and Todd's like, "Fuck this." Yeah.
All right. We want to wrap this one up because we have something else, and Pugs is
Pugs is dying over here, you motherfucker. You had to bring up your survival shit and fucking set me off again.
The Ultimate Survivor signing off.
That doesn't throw it to anyone. That just leaves it in an
Dan, just
place
Todd, just go.
Money's on the dresser. No, shut up, Dan. Money's on the. Oh, wait, no, stop. Promote what we're doing now.
Oh yes, last tournament on the left. You made me forget.
Some host you are.
Last tournament on the left will
and where
be
can
on
they see it?
Patreon.com/fleshwoundfeatures.
And it's going to be live or taped.
It's all live. Last tournament on the left, we're doing.
And where are we going to start it, Dan?
Within a few minutes after this show, hopefully.
Yeah.
There you go. I pimped away. And toss it, Todd. Go for it.
All right, money's on the dresser.
Whatever you do, don't fall asleep. Bugs.
I'll see you in Disneyland.